So to set up a simple one-point perspective, you're going to need a ruler, a pencil, and an eraser. So first things first, when you get your paper, you need to put your name and your teacher code on it. So I'm going to put Mrs. Myers. And then, of course, our teacher code. So first grade, and then depending on which class this is, it'd be Mrs. Truman or Mrs. Crozier or Mrs. Lathrop. So you are going to decide what class you're in. So please make sure you put the right teacher code. When you get your paper, you're going to have your paper going horizontally. That means it's going the big long way. All right. And you are going to be starting out with a line. And we're going to be using rulers today. And so some things that we need to be paying attention for rulers is, one, you need to hold your ruler steady. A lot of times, if you just hold in the middle, the ruler will want to slide around, and we don't want it to slide around. What we do want it to do is hold in place. So a lot of times I'll turn my paper just a little bit because I want to put a line right along the side. I'm going to hold my hands wide, so my thumb's down here and my pointer finger's up here, and I'm going to put a little pressure pushing down. Notice my fingers are not past where the line is. It's not like this. I'm putting my fingers right on the ruler, and I'm going to hold my pencil kind of a little differently. I'm going to hold it kind of side to side and hold it like this. And what that's going to do is my ruler is going to stay in place, and my pencil is not going to go underneath. If I hold my ruler like this, or my pencil like this, what's going to happen is that pencil lead's going to want to slide underneath my ruler, and then I won't get a straight line. So you're going to go like this, make your straight line, and we're going to start with that. After you get that done, we are going to be creating a point. So we're going to find a place kind of in the middle, and we're going to put a dot right on there. Now, we're doing 1 point perspective, so we're going to be working on getting things to look like they're in the back, going back into space. So if you remember, we were looking at this one right here, and it's a railroad tracks, and it's going to that one space right there. So this is going into a mountain stream. So if you wanted to, you could put in mountains, or you can do a different design, such as that. But you get to decide. If you want to do like a city up here, you could do that too. And so I'm going to just kind of draw some mountains and make it look really cool. And this is going to be my highway. I'm going to make this a highway, and it's going to go to that point. It's going to vanish into that point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a really skinny, tall triangle using my ruler. So here's my dot, and then here's the angle in which I'm going to do it. And just like we've been practicing, use your ruler, wide open hands on that ruler, hold it in place very carefully, bring it down. So there's one side of it, and then I'm going to make a really tall, narrow triangle. And when I do that, I'm going to get my road in there, just like that. And then I can do little designs where I put, some dotted lines to make it look like the highway. I can draw a car on this, and make it look like it's traveling. It's kind of more of a aerial view because the car is traveling away from us. So there's like the hood of the car, there's the top of the car, there's the back of the car, and then this is like where the headlights would be, and like the license plate and things like that. So that's going to be happening in there. So I'm just going to kind of block it out, make it all really well put in there, and build up those structures. Then, after I get the car in, maybe I need to start putting in other details. So for instance, we know with perspective that things that are closer to us are going to be larger. It's kind of like looking at my hand. Like my hand's really huge, but as I go further back and away from us, it gets smaller. So we're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to draw some big trees over here on the side. And then things that are really, really close to that dot are going to be super tiny. They're going to be really tiny, like very small. So you can draw a tree that looks like that. And same with buildings, same with things like you would normally see. So you would add all these details. So as they get closer to us, they get a little bit bigger. And as they are to the edge of the paper, they're going to be much larger. And if you wanted to put in like a little tiny house or something like that, it would be super small. And maybe there's a driveway there. And then maybe there's some bushes around that house. And maybe they have a little tiny trampoline, depending on how you want to set it up. But you're going to have like those kind of things way far away. Things that are closer to us, of course, again, are going to be much bigger, much larger. And you're going to be able to see a lot more details like windows and doors and all those cool things that you would notice, you know, driveways, plants around the building. So you're going to add all those special things to things that are really close to us. They're going to be lower to the page. Things that are going to be more further away, they're going to be really teeny tiny. They're going to be closer to the dot. And you can add those kind of things in there. So I'm going to put some more trees in here. And that is one way you can do 1-point perspective.